Hello, hello. We've got everybody
Hello.
starting to log in here. We started a little bit early tonight to get our settings going.
Um, did you make sure that the microphone was correct?
Check. Let me check that. Good idea. Scarlet, 2 out of 2. Check, check. 1, 2. Go ahead and talk on yours.
All
We'll check
right.
your levels.
So if somebody can just let us know that you can hear both of us
We've got
equally-ish.
the chat room open. So if you can go ahead and type in the chat when you can hear us. But we will see and give everybody a few minutes to get started here. I'll mess with these settings again while we're waiting. If you are in the chat, let us know right now. Oh, yeah, I've got all those clicked on. And we're good. I think I'm pretty sure I clicked on the right one. Jocelyn is now in the house on the thing and going. I think we have, let's see, is that Tamari? How do you say that, Jocelyn?
I'm not 100% sure. We met her at the event, Pat's event.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, we'll give everybody a few minutes to get logged in and make sure I did not mess up any settings for the call because I saw more people in the waiting room. And then when I turned it off, I wonder if I kicked them all out.
Mm,
I'm not sure.
Let me look in this and see if anybody's posting.
See if they're posting on that right now.
Nobody so far.
Interesting. Maybe a weird night. Let's see. Tamara, can you hear us right now? I think that's how you say your name.
And did you make it where you have to approve people?
I did not make it where I had to approve people. And I think I'm logged in as an admin. Should I close this and relaunch it, you think?
Um, I don't know. I mean, it worked for me.
She raised her hand. All right, let's see.
I was
Hey,
just
can you hear us right now?
I can. Are you
Okay, gotcha.
there?
I am. I can hear you.
Okay.
So you can hear us, right? We're just making sure.
Yes.
All right.
But I was trying to make sure that y'all wouldn't be able to hear me because my kids are around.
Oh, ours are too. Yeah, we mute everybody as they
Yeah,
come in for
it's all
sure.
good.
Okay, perfect.
Until
Perfect.
until
Yep.
until Q&A time, that is. So
Okay, great.
awesome. All right, so I'm gonna mute you back again, and we'll be right back around. Hey, Martin. I see Martin there. How you doing, Martin? If you could let us know in the chat, Martin, if you can hear us. And as people get logged on here, we will get started. We're going to give everybody a few minutes to get logged in for tonight's Q&A. If you already have a question, we've got a couple people here right now. Go ahead and put your question in the chat box. Let me know, too, did you get the emails for the member call today? Because usually there's a lot more people rolling in right about this time. So I want to make sure that we've done everything correctly. Let me pull up to the email here and see if it was going out. Hey, Martin. I'm going to unmute you, Martin. How you doing, Martin? You doing all right today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good, man. We're just we're trying to get everything set up. We had a little bit of a disaster. Our air conditioner downstairs went out, so we had to move all of our equipment upstairs. We've got an upstairs air conditioner and a downstairs air conditioner, and the air went out and it just totally blew up. So we're running on the string here. All right, awesome stuff, man. So can you hear us good too, Martin?
I can hear you great. Yeah.
Awesome.
And kudos, the show must go on, right? So here we are.
Oh yeah, you got to find a way. You got to find a way, right? All right, I'm gonna meet you back here. If you got a question, go ahead and drop it in the chat, and we'll call you back here in a little bit. Okay.
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
Let's check in with Paul here. What's up, Paul? How you doing, man? I don't think Paul's got a mic hooked up because I can't even make him unmute.
What's up, Paul?
What's up, Paul? Paul's been doing some undercover work, taking pictures of props from Flip Your Life Live because he works with some of the guys that are working for the thing. We are. I was just telling Martin that we are all upstairs right now. Our kids are over in Isaac's room playing video games. I'm watching TV because our air conditioner downstairs went down. So see Paul here. There's Paul. Hey, Paul. How you doing, man? Doing all right? Paul, can you hear me? Paul, can you hear me? All right. Let me let's see. Paul's here. Let me check on our settings again real quick. Let's see. Let's go gallery view. I was going to do, I wanted to do speaker view, but
maybe
I want
everybody's
to make
not
sure that
having as crazy of a weekend as we are.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything's pretty much disastrous around here, like technology wise lately.
There's Jeff.
Jeff Slaughter's in the house.
Oh, here's somebody. Who was that?
Yeah, it's Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Sorry,
how you doing,
I
man?
had my mic off because I'm not used to talking back.
I know, right? Well, this is new. This is new for everybody, right? We're still messing with the technology. We're getting everybody. We're trying to figure it out where we can always flip back and forth, where whoever talks gets to be on camera. Because last time I only recorded us somehow.
Oh,
So
okay.
getting all that going. But you can still hear everybody else. Like I could hear the volume, but I couldn't see anybody. So just checking everybody. I love the undercover pictures, man. I love the undercover pictures from the inside the Flip Your Life Live back studio lot.
Don't tell everybody all our secrets.
You can't show everything. Don't show all the good stuff, okay?
Well, hold on. Let me.
You're
flip.
You're upside
man.
down, Paul. What's going on,
Oh,
man?
there we go.
Yeah, I'm doing a document camera because I got sent that, and that's one of the things that it can do is it can flip upside down, and I hadn't tested it because I wasn't planning on actually talking.
We're trying to flip your life, not your camera. Okay, that's the
Yeah,
goal
here I'll flip my life. One.
Flip, 2, 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
Paul's life is flipped.
flipped.
All right, man.
Oh,
Totally
yeah.
flipped.
Awesome. All right, we're gonna check in with a couple other people here. If you got a question, Paul, just throw it down. Okay.
Okay,
We'll get it
will
turned
do.
in. All right. Let's see. Let's say hi to Jeff. Make sure we're just doing sound checks here, having fun. What's up, Jeff? How you
Hey
doing, man?
guys, I'm in the dark.
I know you look like you're like undercover right now. Like
I
you're
need
trying
some
to
light.
hide your location. Trying to hide your location from everybody. Making some secret dark chocolate over there somewhere.
Yes, this is where it happens.
You may or may not be undercover right now.
I know, right? I don't want to know. You don't have to tell us. You know, maybe him and Paul have snuck in somehow, and they're really trying to get the inside scoop on Flip Your Life Live. That's what they're trying to do right now.
Probably.
So
That's definitely what's going on.
awesome, man. Well, can you hear us good? Everything sound clear?
Yeah, I can hear you guys great, and the pink looks great, Jocelyn.
Oh, thanks.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm a pink kind of gal, as you can
She's got
see.
the pink
I
nails,
have the pink fingernails. I have the pink computer. I have the
Yeah.
pink
pink
microphone.
microphone.
I have a pink phone. I have pink AirPods. So,
Pink everything. It's pretty
yeah,
much all
I'm
pink
rather
around here.
fond of hot pink.
It looks great. Really goes well with the lamp behind you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
my
telling
poor
them
lamp.
our air went out downstairs, so we had to move everything
Oh.
upstairs. So we're like, we're actually, I got like it's like I was like, this looks pretty good. This is a pretty good shot. What you don't see is over here is random board games, and behind
course,
us
yeah.
there's
And
like
like a big
6
mess, yeah.
puzzles and
Real life.
real life stuff over here.
Yeah,
So
today's been a little bit crazy because our air just randomly went out like earlier today. Thankfully, we do have 2 units, so we are in the upstairs where it's nice and cool.
so we're probably gonna be
Nice.
sleeping on the guest pull-out couch tonight.
But
Yeah.
now I have now I have kids like in my face asking for food, and I'm like, I just started a call. Like,
We got
can
stuff
you
to
do
do.
this 30 minutes ago?
Is that what Anna Jo just asked you?
Yeah.
What she say?
She's like, I'm hungry. I'm like,
I told you not to be
Yeah.
hungry 30 minutes ago.
you're gonna have to deal with that because I can't really help you right now.
All right.
So.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and mute you, Jeff. If you got a question, go ahead.
Go
and throw
get a chicken.
That's right. Go get a bag of
All right.
chicken. Bring it on
Gosh, she
over.
probably
Yeah.
will. Who knows?
All right,
Yeah,
guys. So
chicken.
let's see. We're gonna have a general flow of questions here in the chat. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute all. People should be rolling in. It is Labor Day weekend. This was the only time that we could schedule this call this month. So it's
we
kind
had
of a random time.
We had a couple of trips like back to back. Shane went somewhere last week. I'm going somewhere next week. Like it's just been a little bit crazy. And we were supposed to have it a few days ago. And to be honest, like I just kind of forgot. And I have notifications on my calendar, and it will like I have the Apple Watch. So whenever my calendar notifications come up, it like buzzes my arm. So it was like 8:50. I was laying in bed, like completely ready to go to sleep, and Shane was in bed with the kids, and I'm like,
And we had just had
I
like
think we're
2 or
supposed
3.
to have a call.
We had like 2 or 3 things happen earlier in the day, and our schedules just got totally whacked out. I was going out of town in the unmute ourselves. Can you guys still hear us? Can you still hear us?
Are
let
we
us know
still
in the
there?
chat.
Okay. Paul says yes.
We're back. Okay.
Jeff says
Don't know what happened
yes.
there. Total, like I said, technology's not been our friend. All right, guys. So what we want to do is go ahead and start putting your questions in the chat. I lost the chat, so if you've already typed the question in,
I still have it.
okay, she still got it, but go ahead and put that in there so that we can see it. Get your questions now. May have a light turnout tonight just because it is a holiday weekend. So if you got 2 questions, drop them in now. I see more people logging in. Hey, Georgia, good to see you.
Hey,
Pat's
take
here.
advantage of it. You know,
Yeah, Martin's here. Yep. So we got a lot of people.
There's not a lot of people here, so ask a lot of questions.
That's right. So if you got more than one question, you can go ahead and ask that now. Anything about your online business, maybe it's settling in on an idea, maybe it's converting over to a membership, maybe it's growing your membership, marketing, anything you need tonight, let us know. We're going to answer all your questions. If you want to say your question out loud all you got to do is put a note in your question, like I want to read out loud.
Or if you don't want to specify.
Or if you don't want to specify. If your camera is on, we are going to assume that you want to read your question, or you want to actually ask us your question and interact with me and Jocelyn on the air. So make sure you do that. If you go ahead and turn your camera on, if you definitely want to be asking the question, or if you don't want to ask a question on air, you can turn your camera off. And but you can still say it. You can still say it out loud. But you go ahead and type your actual question in as well, okay? Because we do need the text of those questions for our records so that we can keep all of these organized. So we still want you to type out your question, put your name, beside it. I'll read out loud, and go ahead and put that in the chat right now, okay?
Okay.
All right. So for a couple announcements real quick, tomorrow is the last day that you can get a ticket to Flip Your Life Live. So there will be a replay of this on, if you're watching this on replay tomorrow when I send this out, or you're here live tonight. If you do not have a ticket to Flip Your Life Live, you want to go ahead and get that, because tomorrow is the last day. There are single-digit tickets left. Yeah, it's like midnight tomorrow.
18 days.
Yeah, because we have to turn in final numbers to the hotel. We've got to start getting food ordered. We got to start getting name cards and name tags ordered. We got to get all that stuff done. So it has to end tomorrow. There's only it is single digits. I can't remember if it was 6 or 8, but it's very few tickets left, and we really want you to be there. So if you do not have a ticket and you're watching this live right now on the member call, or you're watching this on replay on September 2nd, you need to order your ticket today, or you're not going to be able to get it.
And so one thing that you need to know, I said this on a call that we did not too long ago, so if you were there, then you heard it. But anyway, we are having a lot of food, people, because we're doing it on a weekend. The food and beverage minimum is slightly insane. So
we were on the hook for a lot of food, of food.
And so what that means is that we are now having breakfast both days. We are having lunch both days. We're having dinner one day. We're having snacks. We're having late night snacks.
There's lots of food.
You will be well fed. Okay.
Yeah. We need to bring a scale and see who gains the most weight and Flip Your Life Live. That would probably be a fun game to play.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're coming, get your ticket. It's done tomorrow. I'll send out an email in the morning. Okay. Jennifer says, "Can you link to the hotel? I need to reserve a room." There is a link in the Facebook group.
Yeah, I'll find it for you,
and we'll get it and put it in there too. Okay. Ooh, she can lead it. Jennifer's going to lead us through yoga.
Oh yeah, that would be
to keep the pounds off. We'll have a morning yoga session.
I will be in hair and makeup, but you can lead everyone else through it.
Right. Exactly. All right. So I'm going to go through, and Jocelyn, if you'll give me the name of the first question. Let's see. I will go through and we will put these on there. Start answering questions tonight.
All right. Tamari. Tell me if I'm saying your name right. I'm so sorry.
She talked
because
earlier.
I talked to you forever at Pat's event.
Yes. Yeah.
How do you say your name?
It's Tamari.
Yay,
Tamari, we got it right.
We actually got it right. Usually we screw it up.
I feel bad if people say it wrong because it's so unusual. So, yeah. So do you want me to read the question?
Yeah,
sure.
Go ahead and ask your question. Whatever you need help with tonight, let us know.
I just have been frustrated with Facebook ads. I said in the comment that I feel like I'm intermediate to advanced, and I spend a lot of money on it. And I felt like I used to always get back the return I wanted, sometimes more than others. But lately, like doing the same stuff and even trying to play the game with video and different things like that, I'm just not. And so I'm trying to figure out another, like, I kind of have a feeling over the next 5 years we're going to be moving away from Facebook. And so I remember originally when I first heard you guys on a podcast, you talked about doing Google ads to like warm people up, and then Facebook. So do you think Google ads are more reliable and more like long term? And then I have someone on my team that does the Pinterest, and we're trying to get into Instagram, but that's still through Facebook.
Right.
I don't quite understand that part.
Okay.
But we do the targeting, we do a lot of that stuff, but we just aren't seeing the results.
How often do you change your Facebook ads?
A lot, because, well, yes, I would say a lot. The way we usually do it is I have tried building it in the Power Editor, but what I used to have really good luck with was I would boost the post, and then I would go into the Ads Manager, and then I would find my custom audiences, and I would do different custom audiences, and I would do multiple boosts. So I was kind of doing the same thing, but through a back way. But a lot, like I promote a lot of different things. So I don't.
What are you driving them to? Are you driving them to your products, like after you get a post out there, or what?
Teachers pay teachers, but then I also drive them just to the website to keep them so that we have them on the 6 months. I do the retargeting people that have engaged, so I try to keep them engaged. So sometimes I'll just do a post, on the informational website, but really ultimately the goal is to get them to buy on Teachers Pay Teachers.
Right.
Okay, awesome. So it's basically do a product though. It doesn't really matter. It's
right.
Yeah, it's going to a product. Okay.
Yeah. So one of the things that you have to remember about Facebook and all social media platforms for that matter is that people are there to escape something generally. They're not typically there to buy stuff. Does that mean that they never buy stuff? No. I buy stuff off Facebook ads all the time. But usually it's something kind of frivolous if I buy something. Like it might be a t-shirt, it might be some socks, whatever. Like it's just something I'm just hanging out and killing time and I see something and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Which the other day I did buy something marketing related. But anyway, so what I would say about Facebook, what we're doing now is we're basically trying to do a mostly organic strategy. We're trying to get our people to engage with us and like talk to us. And instead of like constantly driving them to something, if that makes any sense.
Like especially stuff for sale, because I just came off a mastermind trip with some guys who really rely on Facebook ads. I mean, these guys are spending $20,000 and $30,000 a month on Facebook, so it's not like this is like trivial data. Like they're throwing money into this platform, and to a man, they all said Facebook ads are not anywhere near working like they used to. Now that could be for a lot of reasons. It could be because there's a lot more people advertising on Facebook. There's only so many posts that everybody can see a day.
It's a lot more competitive, which means it's a lot
Yeah.
more expensive because everybody sort of jumped on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
So, especially for education products, I really like to do other types of advertising.
Especially too, just like email marketing. Like our entire strategy going forward with our like we still have an education website. And yeah, but even for Flip Lifestyle, we were just on the porch talking today, like all of our ads must get emails, period. Like that's it. We're not really selling on things. We're not really doing anything financially like to get people to try to give us money on the platform. The only thing we're going for right now is emails. And then we're going to follow up with our email marketing to sell things. So instead of spending money to go straight to a paid product, we're basically like, here's something free. We're getting you on our list, and then we'll take over from there because it's cheaper. It's just so much less expensive to do
Another
it.
thing that you need to remember about Facebook is that people are there to increase their status. And what that means is that if you have something there that they can share with their friend and their friend thinks, oh, this is really cool, thanks for sharing that with me, that makes that person feel good. So whenever I was doing the librarian site, what I would do is I would always find something that I thought people would want to share with their friends. So that means like a free training, some type of free product or whatever, like just something that they will want to share with other people without me asking them to, basically.
Right. So basically the moral of the story is getting found is the only thing we are doing right now on our advertising. We're trying to get discovered by cold traffic. Any warm traffic we've got, we want to make sure they're on our email list. And then it's grind every day on that email list to sell stuff. Like I'm sending an email out to all of the people on our education site every day. Like, hey, what are you teaching today? Hey, can I help you? Hey, go here. Here's a Teachers Pay Teachers thing. Hey, here's a membership thing. Here's just focus your internal market. Like email's where the money is. That's where it's always been. We just get distracted by all these shiny objects, and Facebook ads just aren't converting like they used to. So maybe go to a total opt-in strategy. Reach out to people, get more people to join your Facebook page, get more people to join your email list, and focus most of the sales stuff on that daily promotion, right? Daily emailing your list, whether it's a segment or the whole thing, and maybe pull back a little bit from the straight, send the Facebook ad to the Teachers Pay Teachers link to get the call, right? You could also maybe try, if you're going to do that, be much more specific. Like, I don't know if you're sending it to your store or if you're sending it to like, get this specific lesson right now for $6.99. I think that could probably work a little bit better. But for us, we're going straight to, I want an email address. I don't care about anything else online. I want the lead. Once I've got the lead, I've got power because now I can contact them and Facebook doesn't have to get in the way.
But that being said, we are investigating some more Google strategies, especially for our history website, because I feel
like SEO?
Yeah. So people who are looking for a specific lesson that's what they're looking to find. So I feel like those people would probably be more apt to buy than somebody who's just scrolling through social media.
Right. So maybe try some more Google ads, but definitely get the opt-in and just email them every day.
Yeah, and as far as Google ads, like you can get a really inexpensive course. I bought one on Udemy, which is udemy.com. I bought one for like $10, and I mean it has like 100 and something modules on it. It's crazy.
This is something we talked about earlier too. Jocelyn and I had a meeting a couple weeks ago. We were like, we really want to focus more on grassroots growth, like more SEO, more opt-in based strategies, like a lot less, hey, buy my thing, because man, it's just not working like it used
It's
to
not
at
the
all.
hot thing to do. It's not what all the marketers are talking about. It is not necessarily a fast strategy, but I think it's a more long-term strategy that's
And
going to last longer.
It's definitely building your house on stone and not sand. And I feel like Facebook ads are really starting to turn into sinking sand.
If it's
So,
something that everyone's talking about, that's probably a sign that, it
Get
may
out.
be going
get off
south
the
soon.
get off the ship before it goes down. So okay, hope that helps. Awesome question. All right, who's our next question?
All right, I think I have Paul next.
All right, let me flip back over to Paul. Hey, Paul, what's going on, man?
Oh, not much.
Let's talk some biz, man. What's your question tonight?
Okay, so I'm not trying to give away all the stuff that I see about Flip Your Life Live, by the way. Just
Oh no, that's okay. I told you I'll delete it if you post something I don't want. I kind of like it. I like the backstage invasion angle that we've got going on here.
Yep. You'll notice behind me I've got a wooden wall that I made myself
Nice.
here in the studio. So
I know I should have just borrowed it. For those that don't know, Paul lives in Lexington, Kentucky.
I know, so we totally should have just borrowed your wall.
I know, right? And he freelances around town in audio and video and things like that. And he's actually he works with the company that is doing all of the lighting and sound for Flip Your Life Live. So Paul's got he's got the inside scoop of everything that's happening right now. But they don't have any of my good stuff yet, though. So you're just getting the stuff that we spill out. So
right, yeah. So anyway, the question is that when he first came out with the book, Jeff Walker's book, I got that, and that has been my biggest strategy for getting new members. And I'm up to 28, and I really want to get to 100. But it's a lot of work to do a 2-week launch with videos and all that jazz, and then I feel so drained. I don't want to do it for another 3 or 4 months, and then I get 2 to 5 members during this short little run, and then nothing for a while, and then I lose 2 to 3 or 4, and then 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing. So I've tried doing webinars, and people show up and they seem very appreciative, and then they don't buy a thing. And I asked them to buy, so that's not it. And I really feel like it's something valuable to them. So I don't know what I should try next. I guess I'm a little stuck on that.
Okay, that's a great question. And what you're doing basically is you're using the Jeff Walker launch strategy to open and close your membership, it sounds like. Is that what you're doing? Are you actually closing it with scarcity? Or
well, I don't close it, but when it's open, it's cheaper. So
I gotcha.
So it's like hey, get this right now because the price is going up, and it's not like it goes up and then I have a sale. It's like every time I do it, I raise the price a little bit. Like the price is going to go up. So it's not you're waiting for a sale. You just really need to get on this before the price goes up, and then it's going to go up again, and I'm going to repeat the same thing.
Okay.
So,
okay,
I
get
think
it.
Right now at $50. So it started out really cheap because I doubted myself. And then
But now you're still selling them at around $50, right? Just a couple at a time.
Right. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Now this is one thing that we really want to talk a lot about when you're doing the membership model, which that Jocelyn and I 100% are all in on memberships, specifically low ticket memberships. I was actually just having conversations with my mastermind recently because they all sell high ticket, and me and this one other guy sell low ticket, and we were like the only ones low ticket. One guy said, "Man, you guys really love low ticket," and I'm like, "Yeah, we do, because it makes things affordable. It makes things easier to sell. You don't have to really go out and launch all the time." And that's really what we're trying to get away from. Like, you don't want to have the living launch to launch mentality when you're doing your membership. What you really want to do is consistently and prolifically promote your membership every day. So instead of launching on a price increase, like it's probably going to be better if you switch back into a promotion mindset. Like I try to attack every single month with a promotion mindset. Like I divide it up into 4 weeks and I say, how can I promote the membership every week? It might be a free trial 1 week. Okay. And that's what I push, right? So I'm trying to give some value. It might be a quarterly price that gives the discount. Okay. It might be a price increase. You could totally just do email marketing or do a monthly workshop that's not high pressure, that's not crazy, like there's urgency, this is going to change and you've got to get into it tomorrow. You can still do a price increase every month. It might be promote your annual plan 1 week. You just have to rotate through. You could do 52 different promotions, a different promotion every week. And what we always talk about is we don't want to live with urgency of the clock. We don't want the timer to be the only thing that can ever sell our product. We have to get so good with our marketing that we can transfer the urgency over to the user. This is urgent that you do this now for your family's future. If you don't start today, how are you going to end up where you want to be in a year? And how can you push some of that urgency over to them instead of saying, wow, it's just a clock? Okay. So a weekly promotion strategy is a better mindset than living launch to launch. Jeff Walker's book is great. That book is, I've read that book. It's an awesome book. It does have,
and it works. A lot of people use it.
It does. But what it doesn't do is it doesn't work without a big JV affiliate team. It doesn't really work after the first time you launch a course. You know, you get it out there 2 or 3 times and it starts to dry up. And it's not a great long-term strategy for what we call promotions, not launches, promotions. We want to promote daily if we can and weekly at the least.
Yeah, so I like what you're saying about the trainings or like webinars basically that are not necessarily sales webinars, but they're training webinars that kind of mention sales. It's more of a soft sell strategy. But the cool thing about having low numbers, as far as like if you don't have a ton of people showing up, is that you can do what doesn't scale. So what I mean by that is whoever doesn't buy on that webinar or that training, you can like reach out and talk to them and say,
literally.
hey, you know, I was wondering if you had any questions about my membership. I'd love to have you as a member, that type of thing. And that will sell a lot. I mean, it's kind of crazy how easily you can sell somebody just off that.
We had a client last week. He was trying to sell a live event out and he wasn't getting a lot of heat, a lot of takers. And we told him, Bonjoro video, every person who's ever clicked the link, period. Do it. He's like, yeah, but there's like 150 of them. I'm like, yeah, there's 150 of them. Go
Send
and
them a 1-minute message. It'll take you,
1 day of work
over like 2 or 3 hours
to follow up with every single person. And he, lo and behold, he's got almost to break even. He sold almost 15 within, just a week. So I would challenge you to go into a weekly promotion mindset. I would be rotating those trainings maybe once a week.
I don't think you have to do a different one every week.
No.
I mean, make 4 or 5 and rotate them.
And just rotate through them. And think how you can promote a different type of promotion each week. Like, for example, maybe you do a free trial. You invite all these people in. Monday night, you do a training. You say, hey, guys, I'm opening a free trial this week. It's going to close on Wednesday. There's some scarcity, right? Doesn't have to be really complicated. And you do that. Next week, hey, guys, I'm doing a quarterly deal. You can get 2 months for the price or 3 months for the price of 2 right now. You give them a little discount. You get more people in, right? They're paying a quarterly price.
So kind of
the next week do an annual one.
So that way they're a little bit different each time.
Yeah. And if you need ideas, you know where to go. prolificmonthly.com and you sign up for my newsletter because that's where the calendar is. Paul's shaking his head right now. You knew that was coming. But if you go to prolificmonthly.com, that's what that's focused on. It's focused on how to be a daily promoter. This is a big missing ingredient. And don't feel bad about this because a lot of people go into this launch model and all of a sudden it stops working. Kind of like ads. Like sometimes ads will just stop working on you. And you're like, man, I'm doing everything right. And it worked really good the first time, but now it's not. That's because you've got to go into a promotions mindset. You've got to be a prolific promoter in online business. It's why email marketing is so awesome because you can email someone every day and P.S. buy my thing. You can go follow up on those Bonjoro videos. I would actually say go look at pull up a list of everyone that's ever been to one of these trainings and reach out to every one of them with a deal. Like that's something you can do every single day. So we can brainstorm more ideas in the community. We can look through the, figure out, more things that you can do, how you can set up your promotions. And you don't have to reinvent the wheel every month. Most people on your list will forget about the last time you offered something. I usually try to do one free trial a month. I try to do a straight pitch every month. I sent an email tonight and we sold free trials. I got people to sign up for the free trials tonight because I said, hey, we're doing a member call. Why don't you come and do a free trial for a month? You'll get this member call and the next member call, plus access to the community and everything for 30 days risk-free. And lo and behold, I send out a promotion. People sign up. We have more members. And you just start thinking about that. Man, I need 2 members a day. 2 members a day is 60 a month. That's 120 every 2 months. That's 180 in 3 months. If I lose 50 of them, I've still got 120 members. And you just get into this daily, I am going to get a member or 2 a day, period. How can I do it?
And you can also look and see, okay, who's opening my emails, but who is not signing up for the training. Well, I could reach out to them and say, hey, I noticed that you had opened your email, but I didn't see your name on the list. I was just wondering if I could get you to sign up for the training, if there are any questions I could answer for you. Like, do what doesn't scale right now.
And also take the launch book and put it up, right? Get away from the launch model. What is it? What do they say? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and trying to get, different results. We can come back to that later if we change something or do something, but really think more prolifically. Look into email marketing resources. Read books about email marketing. Read books about, maybe doing different kinds of webinars, right? The more, not salesy webinars, but more like the what, not how webinars. And don't give so much value away. Create some kind of urgency and lack of people at the end of it, like they're still hungry for it.
You could also do a challenge. I think that would work well with your audience.
For sure. You can, that could be a whole different promotion. Free trial 1 week, quarterly 1 week, annual 1 week, a challenge for a week. There, you've got 4 promotions right there. Then the 5th week is a training, and now rotate through that every 5 weeks with a constant backbone of email marketing. Like that's going to be really critical, is talking to people on email, following up with the Bonjoros, and boom, all of a sudden you're like, wow, I'm promoting every day. I'm getting 2 members a day.
I'm pretty
This
sure
is awesome.
Paul's head's about to explode.
That's okay. So basically, I want you to, we're 3 weeks out from Flip Your Life Live.
We are 18 days.
18 days. So do 3 promotions between now and then. Just set up the weeks. Each week, do a different promotion. Try to come up with more members.
You probably already have some of them done, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Probably you can already use some of the content you already have.
All right. That was a great question by Paul. Good to see everybody logging in here tonight.
But I'm going to skip over her because we answered one of her others, and we'll come back in a little bit.
Okay, who's next?
Okay, Pat had to go, but Pat says, is there a training on how to launch using webinars?
Oh, inside the community?
Yeah, there is a training about webinars.
We have a full training inside the community about webinars.
I'll find you the link to that.
And it talks about marketing the webinars, and it also talks about slide by slide how to present the webinar. So that you can get in there. It's at the very bottom of the Flip Your Life Blueprint. So if you go to the Blueprint training and scroll down to the bottom, it'll say pretty much all about webinars. It'll tell you how to do everything in there. And basically launching a webinar works like this. Invite people to the webinar and get them to register for it. Like send it to your email list, share it on social, run cold ads to it based on good keywords, get as many people registered for the webinar as you can, and really relentlessly market the webinar. You got to sell the value of the webinar. Like free opt-in, come to the webinar. You got to get this out there and get in front of people. And then you get to go pitch your product live to people who actually show up and care. And how you do that is using my slide deck. I've got a free slide deck for all of our members. It's inside the webinar training. Don't go there. Go to the actual picture page. Go to, click over here. Yeah, there you go. Now scroll down to the very bottom. And it's down at the very bottom. Right there. That's it. All right. So Jocelyn's going to put a link for everybody here. Yep. Okay. So that's the link. All the stuff you need, how to set up, sell your webinars. There's a lot of great stuff in there about how to actually do it and pitch it. And you can.
Okay. So I just put a link in this chat.
All right. So that was a great question for Pat. Good resource for everybody to look at tonight.
Jeff, our secret agent in the dark.
All right. Hold on. Let's do a little bit of a segue here. All right. Our next question is from Jeff Slaughter, our good friend, who is, I'm unmuting right now. And
who may or may not be a part of the witness protection program.
Right. He is in the witness protection program sitting in the dark tonight. So Jeff, quietly and secretly ask us your question.
Okay. I am in the middle of my Christmas plate promotion, and so far I have 440 emails through my August Facebook advertising efforts.
Good.
I've sold 2 plays so far. If last year's conversion rates hold true, I should say 25 more sales come in from this number alone. So, of course, the sales usually don't start really picking up until September because that's when people are making decisions. So I'm just kind of holding the fort down, waiting on that to happen. I'm going to continue advertising through November 1st or so. And I have a drip campaign going that's planned for about 6 to 8 weeks to kind of keep the relationship warm and convert sales. I'm always selling on the drip, but like you guys say in the blueprint, to keep warm, keep that relationship warm so that people don't forget who you are.
Yep.
So the thing is, the way this works is, people come into the campaign, and the closer it gets to Christmas, the less time they have to make a decision. And so it's almost like I'm actually shut that drip down. I didn't shut it down, but I'm changing lists now. So I'm starting a different drip for September so I can squeeze the time down. Does that sound right?
So you're trying to basically get to the point of the pitch faster on the email campaign, right?
Yeah, because I know that time is gonna run out, and people need to make a quicker decision. So, but in August they've got plenty of time, and they're not really that worried about it in August. Most of them aren't. It starts heating up after Labor Day when people go, "Oh, Christmas is coming. I got to do something."
Don't have
Right.
anything. Yeah.
Right.
It's kind of hard
Yeah.
to think about Christmas when it's like 90 degrees outside. We went to Cracker
Exactly.
Barrel earlier, and like they already have all their Christmas stuff out, and
And
I'm
we're
like,
like, man,
okay,
it's hot.
85
Santa,
degrees. I mean, I
Santa
can't
Claus would melt if
think
he
about
walked in a
Christmas,
Cracker
but-
Barrel right now.
okay.
You're selling Christmas ornaments?
So
Come on now.
my first question would be, what are they opting in for right now?
Well, they get the script, and they get to read the script, and that's the biggest. I think that helps me the most as far as getting the email addresses down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They don't have the rights to the script, and it's got print all over it saying it's a sample script. So I'm trying to
Right.
get people, not to take it. But
What about
Is it
okay,
is it also too? Is it only like? Are you only selling this through email marketing in the strip campaign right now?
yeah. I
Okay.
mean, what other way would I sell it?
Well, I mean, a webinar. Like you need to get these people there live.
okay.
Like you need to have
Okay.
like something live.
but
event.
here's my
Okay.
question. How many emails are we talking about? Like how many people are signing up per day, for
It
instance?
was like 400 total. I think is what he said.
Well, yeah, I'm averaging 20 or so. I'm
Okay.
spending about $25 a day on Facebook.
Okay.
So some days I'll get 15, some days I'll get 20.
Okay, I have 2 questions for you. The first one is, could you contact these people personally, say like a week later after you get their email? That would involve you getting their phone number or something, preferably. You wouldn't have to. But anyway, could you contact them and be like, hey, I was just wondering if you have any questions about the script. Have you made a decision yet? That type thing. Because your numbers are still low enough where you can do that.
And do you ask for the phone number or just an email address?
I'm not asking for the phone number. There's so many robocalls these days. I don't answer phones that I don't recognize. So I'm
Well,
afraid
hold on. That's your bias.
it is my bias.
Just because you
Like
don't
some
answer
people
them
do.
doesn't. Yeah. Like what if 40 of those 400 people answered?
Well,
True.
No?
you also don't have to make the phone number mandatory. You can make it
Yeah.
optional.
Right. That's
Uh,
true.
If you didn't want to do the phone, you could always send them a little video and just say, hey,
Yeah.
this is Jeff, just checking in to see if you made a decision on your Christmas play yet.
Right.
If you had any questions about the script, and I'd be happy to answer anything that you want to know. My other
Okay.
question is, okay, I saw, I know David is on here. His wife, Katie, they own a kolache shop. Okay, so I
Yeah.
learned all about kolaches not too long ago. I had no idea what they were. So it's like a Czechoslovakian pastry, and it has like filling inside of it. So did you know what this is?
I've seen them at places. Yes.
Of course you have, Jeff, our world traveler here. Okay. All right. So Jeff knows what a kolache is, but I had no idea. So anyway, she owns this shop, and I saw her the other day. I kind of worked with Katie just kind of on the side because I'm trying to start working in some brick and mortar service type
Yeah.
businesses. So anyway, I was helping her. And one of the things that I saw her do recently that was really successful is she posted on her personal Facebook, and she said, hey guys, we're trying to grow our catering business at my shop. Who do you know who orders catering? And I thought, that is so smart. So I think that you could say, okay, guys, I'm selling this play, and I've seen you post about it on Facebook.
Yeah.
And you could say, who do you know who's looking for a Christmas play right now? And so that's
Okay.
a nice organic way
Yeah.
that you can reach out to people without spending more money on ads necessarily. I'm
Right.
not saying to stop running ads.
Because you can pound the pavement with this, man.
Yeah, like,
there's only
do that
500
in
people, but
addition.
if you go sell 100 of these,
I know.
I mean, that would be incredible, right? And
Yeah.
I think we've been talking a lot lately with people in our all access coaching program about how we talk a lot about email marketing, but email marketing is only one piece of it.
Okay.
10% of your sales might come from email marketing, but 10% will come from a live webinar. Like, why are these people not coming to a thing where you walk them through the script and give them tips, and then at the end sell them the big course? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or
Like, you
just
need to be
have a
doing that.
thing- You could even have a thing where they just come and ask questions.
Exactly. Hey, do you have any questions about the script? Come
Like,
and
I'm
ask.
doing a Q&A about the script. Anything
I
you
wrote
want to
it.
know, I'll be here live on this date,
Yeah.
this time. Would love to see you there.
You could do 2 Q&As a week for the rest of the month and put that.
Right.
And at the end of it, you're like, guys, if you don't start preparing for this script within the next 2 weeks, you're going to miss the Christmas season and you're going to be scrambling. Right. So there's another chunk that might be 10% of your sales. And then
Well, and I
calling
like
people
that
might be 10% of your
because
sales. And then,
people then know that you're available to help them and like you're
Right.
willing to help
Right.
them. So I think that is a really good thing to do.
so basically,
Okay.
I think the moral of this story, what we're saying is, like, you're relying too much on this drip campaign. And
Right.
everyone does this. And
Right.
especially when they had success like the year before, like you did last year, it worked out pretty good.
And people do buy off of it.
For sure. But it's not, but like if
Okay.
there's
Be
50,
more active.
that's right.
Mhm.
You need to be more proactive. You got to go out and do a live thing. You got to go out and try to call some people. You got to maybe get Barnjuro and send all 440 of those people a
Yeah.
1-minute voicemail and
Yeah.
just crush it over the next 30
We do
days
this too. We send
Yeah.
out Doros all the time.
all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
Does that sound
Okay.
good?
That sounds great. Thank you, guys.
All right, brother.
All right. So this is another, well, okay, I'll skip over Pat. Well, I'm going to go ahead and ask this because it's super short. Pat had to leave, but it says, do you recommend Stripe as your payment processor?
We have Stripe. We love Stripe.
Stripe is probably my favorite.
Yeah. It's the easiest one. It has the easiest back-end dashboard.
And it has really nice reports for all of your sales and stuff like that.
Easy stuff. But here's the trick, though. You need more than one. Because just like Facebook can turn off your ads, just like Twitter can shut down your account, Stripe can turn you off if you get too many payment disputes or something like that. And if they turn you off and you can't go turn to another payment processor, you're going to be scrambling. So
Yeah,
we
know
have 4.
someone that
I think.
happened to this that this happened to lately.
Yeah.
And it was like really
It
difficult.
was disastrous. Their payment processor got turned down. They couldn't accept any money. They still had
Couldn't
bills to
access
pay.
any money.
Couldn't access any of their money, and it was disastrous. So we have 4. We have like Authorize.net, Stripe, WePay, and PayPal. So always
One
have
thing
multiple payment processors ready.
On that note, one thing about PayPal, if you're using PayPal, make sure to pull your money out regularly. Remember that it's not a bank account. It is not FDIC insured.
Yep.
And if they decide for whatever reason that they don't like you or don't like what you're selling, you cannot get your money out. Like, it's frozen.
Yeah, we've seen this happen to real people. Like, this is not like
Yes.
theory. Like, this happens to people all the time.
So this happened not too long ago. I'm on like a million Facebook groups, but anyway, on one of the Facebook groups, PayPal decided that whatever they were selling was like improper or inappropriate or something. It was something like totally random. I can't even remember what it was. But anyway, they shut down their account, and I think they had like tens of thousands of dollars in this account, and they couldn't access it.
Frozen.
So anyway,
Yeah, we take
just-
ours out every week, once a
Yes.
week.
take it
And,
out regularly.
Speaking of inappropriate, I got a funny story to tell you guys before we get to the
Oh,
next question.
gosh.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Devin's phone number?
Oh.
All right. So we have a Google Voice number that's used for if those of you who know him, Devin is in our forums. He's one of our community managers, and we have Google Voice phone numbers.
So that people don't know our real phone number.
Right, exactly. Like, we don't want his cell phone number showing up on people's phone, but it's a number that people can call. He can call people to give them support. He can do all this thing too. So we kept getting these weird voicemails like, "Hey, Michaela, can't wait to see you Saturday," on this voicemail. And we're like, "Michaela, I would love to, buy your services." Well, we started doing some
And I want
research.
to make an appointment.
I want to make an appointment, Michaela. So we started doing some research. We type in this number and we look at it. And apparently our Google Voice number used to be the voicemail for a professional escort service in Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah.
So now because we got this, we were like, you know how you see a phone number, you don't answer it, but then you look it up to see what it is. Like basically whenever anyone sees the phone number from Flip Lifestyle, it's coming up as basically a prostitute in Lexington, Kentucky. So be careful.
So that's pretty classy.
With your numbers. So we keep it classy over here, but like this actually happened this week and we were dying last night.
As he's calling people, they're looking up this number and finding this.
Yes, exactly. So he's leaving them a message like, hey, it's Devin from Flip Lifestyle, just checking in on you. And they're like, no, it's not. And then they type in the number and it's a total escort. It's
because I don't know about
and this is a very inappropriate webpage that we found, by the way. So people are like, this is disastrous. So
I don't know about you guys, but if somebody calls me that I don't know, I don't answer it, first of all, but I always look up the number immediately.
And then if it's somebody you like call back, but it's like,
So anyway,
Anyway, we're changing our Google Voice number, and be careful. Now, you should look that up if you ever sign up for one.
Our poor nephew, he just turned 20, and he's such a good boy. I mean, he really is. But so I messaged him yesterday. He just started college not too long ago, and I said, hey, I was just wondering, are you getting any like crazy messages on this phone number? And he's like, yes. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I said, apparently this number used to be from an escort in Lexington.
And he goes, what's an escort?
What's an escort?
I'm like, you good boy. You're such a good boy. You just keep on going to college, son. We'll tell you later. We'll tell you later.
I was like, oh, I'm like, should I tell him? But he's 20.
Okay. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program.
Yeah, let's get off the subject of escorts.
Yeah,
especially since we're
it's
having
a family
a live
program.
Event. We're having a live event in 18 days in Lexington.
Yeah. Don't be calling that number. All right. Who's our next question for?
Okay. Let me see. My kids are screaming in the other room.
We're on a member call. Be quiet.
Sorry.
He's playing video games.
Okay. Let's see. Jennifer. Yes, Jennifer. Is she still on here?
Yep, she's right here.
Okay.
Hello, Jennifer. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
We are great. What's your question for us?
Oh, goodness. I had a couple of questions. I got to go back and ask them. I got to go back and look.
The chat room moves fast.
Yeah, it really does. So I think my first question had to do with, because I've been struggling with, for me, it's fairly decent organic reach for my Thrive Online page. It's like, I'm pretty pumped just because of the YouTube videos and blogs and all that stuff, 7 to 10 average new eyes every single day, but they're not converting. Yeah. And so then I'm like dissecting my sales page, and the members that are in the studio, not very many people are like getting into my online platform. So you suggested like a super mega high dollar one, and that kind of was like, if I had an emoji for brain explosion, that was it. Like,
you mean like a keyword? You mean like a keyword? What do you mean?
No. Your suggestion, it was like charge people.
Oh, for your product.
So you said instead
of
super low dollar, maybe.
And I was like, why on earth would anybody pay me $500? Like that blew. Like, well, sorry, my hair is crazy, and I forgot the video was on.
That's okay.
This is like Epcot, like being crazy. But yeah, I don't understand that. Like, it blows my mind.
All right, so the point with high ticket anything, right, is that 5% of the audience will probably pay it. It's the same reason that people will buy the iPhone the first week when they know it's going to go down $200 the next week. You see what I'm saying? Like, they want special service, they want one-on-one attention, they just want someone to help them get the result, and they may have disposable income to do it.
And a lot of people assume that just because they wouldn't buy something, that other people wouldn't buy something, but that's not true.
Yeah, there's a guy the story I'll tell you is a friend of ours named Jeff McMahon. Okay, and I'm just going to plug Jeff here a little bit. Jeff, lives in Cincinnati. He had his own gym, kind of like you. He had his own place, his own studio, where real people came every day, whatever. But he kind of realized like this can't scale. Like, there aren't enough local customers. And that might be where the disconnect in your brain's coming from right now, because like locally, like, well, people are going to come to my studio, but they're not going to give me $500 a month. Right. Exactly. But what he did was he started training one-on-one online. Okay. And he started charging $500 a month for like 2 sessions a week.
And specifically, he kind of targets like the online entrepreneur segment, which may be something to look into. I don't know.
Like, they have money, right? He targeted an audience that had money, but were busy. He really promotes it as, you are too busy to go to the gym. You have enough money to hire a personal trainer, but you can't get the right trainer to come to your house. Well, I can come to your house through Skype. You set your computer in the corner of the room. All I need you to do is grab some kettlebells, and I'm going to take you through a workout. And I actually did it. I worked out with him for months and months and months, and I paid it because I had disposable income. I didn't have time to go to the gym. I wanted a personal trainer, and I really liked this guy. And some of the more famous entrepreneurs out there use this guy, and I was like, he's got to be good, right? So it's what you have to disconnect it from totally is that it's like your brick and mortar business. Like, these are not monthly members we're looking for. You're looking for someone who is too busy to go to the yoga studio or doesn't live. Do you know, we don't even have a good yoga studio here. The only yoga that I can go to is like for the Silver Sneakers program with 75-year-olds at my local gym. I can't go do yoga
Or
anywhere
Payo.
or Payo. Yeah, I'm not going to go do Payo like with all the ladies because
You can join us. It's
I'm
fun.
not doing Payo. She tries to get me to go all the time. But what I'm saying is, like, some people don't have access to a great yoga trainer. Some people want access to a great yoga trainer. And the internet makes it possible for you to have access to every single person who might want a yoga trainer.
Really, there are probably a lot more people who don't have a local yoga studio than do.
That's right. So that's kind of what we were saying was, like, let's say you've got this list of 7 to 10 eyeballs a day, right? If we can assume that 5 out of 100 might actually want some one-on-one training and would be definitely willing to work one-on-one with somebody, twice a week to do yoga and get trained. But you're selling the results, of course, like what they're going to get out of it. And you sell it now as my yoga is different, because that's what we've been struggling with your brand is you want it to be different. You don't want to be the same yoga. You're high intensity yoga. You're a different kind of yoga. Like that, people want that. But like, I'm in your house, I'm in your room doing a different kind of yoga with you to get you these results. All of a sudden, boom, you only need 5 people to make $2,500 a month, right? And that's what you start looking for with those high ticket offers. So high ticket, we have a high ticket program, and we have our all access coaching program, which is more expensive. It's $3,000 just to join coming in the door for the first quarter, but it's legit one-on-one with us. Like, it's next level. Like, you get to send us message, you get to Voxer us every day. We do a strategy session. Like, you're trying to find that small subgroup of people that do want this and understand that 95% of people don't.
I almost wonder if you couldn't jump on a bandwagon and like piggyback it. What I mean by that is maybe you could be the yoga for CrossFit people, for example. People who are high intensity in their workout, but they need to counterbalance it with something that is more stretching related. I don't know. I'm just
like, you're not, what she's saying is maybe that's the target. Like, people enjoy high intensity workouts, but need somebody to help them do it at home. Maybe it's not offered there. So,
and that's just a thought. I mean, I'm not saying that's the right way to go. It's just, that just kind of popped into my head.
High ticket programs do blow people's minds when they first think about them, because there's a lot of, who would give me that much money, right? And like, why would they do that? But like, that's the wrong question. Don't ask who. Don't ask why. Ask where. Where are these people? How can I go find them? Because they're out there. Like, that's the correct question for high ticket offers.
A good way to ask that is to go to places where people who like yoga hang out and say, hey, what do you wish that you had? But
if someone came to your house and worked with you, like all these people, there might be one person too, like in your yoga studio, that would probably do this. You see what I'm saying? Like, I would be shocked if there wasn't one person that was like, hey, you're loving the group classes, but what if I did 2 extra with like you a week, or even 1 a week? $500 for 1 a week is probably enough with homework. So, it's just a thought to like, hey, low ticket's not converting. Try high ticket.
So let's try something new.
Like, what if you had 10 people paying you $500 a month, and you just did, all you did was work out with each one of them for 45 minutes?
Let me see if I can find this.
What questions do you have? Because you look like still spellbound a little bit. So like,
somebody's doing a retreat. Let me see if I can find this.
Okay. In the community right now?
No, I saw it on Facebook the other day, but that might be an option too.
So after hearing that, now what's the sub question to that?
So I'm assuming, since my brick and mortar is low ticket and my current online strategy is low ticket, my high ticket stuff goes in, like, they're being funneled to a completely different website. Like, I have a completely different product, if you will.
Well, it's just a sales funnel. It's not a different website. It's just a different sales funnel. Like, it's just a different product. It's like, it would be like telling someone if they walked into your brick and mortar store and they said, hey, you can join monthly or annually. It's just 2 different ways to pay you, right? And the delivery is a little different. Okay, because you might do one-on-one, but that gets your feet wet to get you into more group stuff, right? Because like, it might be easier, for example, to take some, instead of having someone go virtually into a low ticket and then do a high ticket one-on-one, you might be able to get 10 one-on-ones, but then eventually they want to leave, but you take them down to the group, and now the group starts growing again. So it just kind of flips the funnel. Like maybe the high ticket feeds the group. Like, hey, you did this for 3 months. It was awesome, but you're ready to stop paying $500 a month. Well, don't worry. I do group classes too for $50 a month. Oh, I'm staying with that. That's awesome. It's the same thing. I just do it for a group. So we're just flipping the funnel a little bit and adding an extra product into it that doesn't take any time to produce, because it's literally, can you schedule them or not, right? And that may solve the problem of being able to film from home. You could film this at your studio because it's
Right.
one-on-one.
I got another idea.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
What is it?
Sorry, not sorry. Okay, so this idea has to do with events. And what I mean by that is, could you be the yoga instructor for big events who come to Chattanooga, who come to Atlanta, whatever? Could you make that your high ticket offer and then
To
sell
get
people
people in the
something off the
group.
back of it?
Right. So you mean like go to an event,
Yeah,
like do yoga
charge
workshops or something?
$5,000 to be the yoga instructor for the mom wellness event. I don't know. Because we have gone to several events that have had workouts
Oh yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
I went to Biz Chicks in California a couple of years ago. There were several of us went walking each morning. Like that was a thing. Where do we go that had yoga? Tropical Think Tank.
Yep. They had a yoga instructor. We went out there and did yoga every morning. You could sell
So
them
like
off the bathroom.
that might be a good way of getting leads.
But you're wanting to not travel? Are you wanting to travel or do anything?
Well, I'm saying like
Oh,
locally.
we want, that's our dream, is to world school with the kids, but yeah, I have no idea how to sell myself on that.
Yeah.
Yet.
Well, right now, I think the best thing to do is take the leads you've got and figure out, okay, how can I get
what
people
are
into a
people
high
looking
ticket
for
program?
that they're not getting?
Yeah. And if you make a sales page for it and just put it out there, you don't know. Someone may jump on it, right? That's kind of like the next step is just create the sales page, have it set up, and then they just contact you to schedule you, and try a different offer into this list. Try a different offer. If one offer doesn't work, try the next offer. Like that's kind of where we're going with this. Like,
sorry about all the ideas.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
but
just
this-
get
but I
excited
mean-
about
I
stuff.
love the idea. I love all the ideas. We're planning our first festival, so that's like when you said event, my hair got like crazier again. I was like, "Ooh."
right. At your event, I would have high ticket offerings right there. I'd have brochures where you could hand it to them, and every single person that comes to that thing, I would have them a brochure.
Yeah, but I was talking about like other people's events that come to Chattanooga or that come wherever, like somewhere even local if you don't want to
like
travel.
if there's a fitness conference, you go
or
and say,
no, just any conference. Like, figure out what's
Yeah.
going on at the convention center. And basically I'm saying you would be like a speaker, but not a speaker. You would be a yoga instructor.
Yeah.
So like at 6 a.m. you might offer a class, and there's a whole lot of leads for your online thing.
we're just blowing your mind. Blowing your mind. I can see it on camera right now. Yeah.
And we're coming to Chattanooga to the convention center in like, I think January or.
Oh, really?
That'll be awesome. So
That'll be fun.
So I would make a sales page right now and try to sell a high ticket offer. Who knows, right? Like something's going to convert. You're getting attention, and then you just got to get them to convert on the right thing, right? And also too, are the new eyeballs on your YouTube channel getting on your email list, or are they just not converting to sales?
Not converting to sell. They're not on YouTube. I don't have a way for them to get on my email, so they go over to my Thrive Online page, and then that is getting some emails. They get like a free 30-minute workout or whatever.
Okay.
But that doesn't convert.
Okay. Well, the offer might be wrong. You see what I'm saying? Like I would try to get 100 people to a page with the offer. Try to drive 100 people to a sales page for the high ticket offer and see if that converts.
Just see what happens.
Okay. And then,
Okay.
you can keep your other pages up. It's not a whole new business, not a whole new website. It's the same thing we do. Like if you want to go check out All Access, you go to fliplifestyle.com/all access. Like it's just a product is all it is. I just send you to a different place if you want to try it out. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yep.
Go for it. Awesome
All right.
stuff.
We are moving to Brad. Hello, Brad.
Well, hold on. We got to find Brad first.
Oh, hold on.
There's more people in here now.
Just a minute,
Where
Brad.
you hiding, Brad? You're hiding in here. Let me see here. I see him. There's Brad. Oh, I missed him. Come on back, Brad.
There we go.
Brad Gray, what is going on, brother?
Hey guys.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey.
Good. I'm good. Beard's gotten longer since last time I talked to you.
Oh, that
Yeah.
beard looks fabulous. That is a fantastic. I'm not allowed to grow a beard.
I have to know in the summertime, like, aren't you burning up?
No, actually, it doesn't bother me at all.
See,
No, see, you're supposed to say it is incredibly uncomfortable and I hate it.
Jocelyn is
So
not even I can't even get her to no shave November. I can't even do the no
No.
shave November.
no.
So we gotta work.
He
on
has
this.
like the patchiest beard ever. It's just
Yeah, my beard
ridiculous.
doesn't look as good as that beard, bro.
It
Like your
doesn't.
beard.
That's a sweet
Like
beard.
that's how a man grows a beard. Like this is how a 14-year-old little boy grows a beard right here. This patchy face. All right.
It's
all right,
terrible.
Back,
So I was actually just kind of listening in tonight. I didn't really have any specific questions that were burning. I do want to share though. I did my first ever dollar trial today. I sent the email about 8 o'clock, and like I keep checking my phone. It's funny. I picked up like
8 p.m. or
7
8 a.m.?
members so far, and one was an annual. So
How many members?
going
How
well.
many members?
7.
7 members.
Yeah.
That's awesome. See, you said
Yeah.
that we talked earlier about promotions with Paul, and like that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like strategically, is just give people a different door into your product, right? Like a dollar trial. That's a different door than a full month, right? It's a different door than an annual plan. It's just another way in. And you never know, like the day, like somebody may be like, man, I got $1 in my bank account, but I'm getting paid next week. And then I'll have 49, but I can't join today. Well, I can join for $1, right? And a free trial, some kind of bonus. Like, hey, if you do this, we'll send you a flash drive with 5 free courses on it or something. Like think of different promotions, and that all of a sudden you get 7 new members, right?
It's amazing. I think I felt my members were kind of bombarded. It's back to school time. I crushed them, but I never hit them with a dollar trial before. And
Exactly.
all of a sudden, I think the timing was perfect with the Labor Day and all that.
Yeah, and a lot of people haven't even gotten paid yet. There's some people who get paid during the summer and then they don't get paid for a while once school starts. So I think that's perfect.
Yeah, and like a dollar trial, dollars and any kind of trial, like a free trial or dollar trial, like keep that in your back pocket. And if you ever see a holiday on the calendar, that's a great time to do holiday. Like because like Labor Day, like Halloween, dollar trial for Halloween. Hey, you spent all your money on your candy. Don't worry, we're gonna let you in for $1. Right?
January, everyone's broke after the holidays.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for you, my email subscribers. So here's a $1 trial, right? And then so make sure that our dog is snoring. If you can hear this back
Yeah.
there, but like keep that $1 trial in your pocket. It won't just work once; it'll work again in the future too. Okay, so awesome. Hey, inspired everybody tonight to do a $1 trial. I see everybody getting.
Yeah, it worked so far. I don't know what the retention is going to be, but
Awesome.
I guess we'll find out.
Well, that is a huge success story, man. Good job, dude. Proud of you. All right, let's go to who's next.
Okay, next is Kareem. I'm not sure if she can talk. She says she was on the road, I think.
She says she's on her phone. Let's try.
Kareem, are you there?
Hey, Kareem, are you there?
Hello?
Can you hear us? I can barely hear her.
I hear something.
I hear something moving. Kareem, can you hear us? Does she type her
Hello?
question? Hey, Kareem, how you doing?
Hey, guys. Sorry.
How you doing?
I am driving, so my kiddos and my husband are listening.
Oh,
All right, that's
so-
awesome. We're
That's
just
awesome.
flipping the whole family's life tonight. That's what we're doing.
Yes. Well, awesome, guys. Big win. I had a private school that is going to use my Spanish program for their after school program.
That is
Yay.
amazing. Like the whole private school is going to use it, right?
Yes. So what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to warm it up. So I'm going to be using them. It's going to be one day a week, it's going to be, and they had no idea how online works. So I told them I'm going to guide the parents and everything, but I want to propose to them next year to use my program for the whole elementary
Yes.
Yes.
students. So I want so for me, that's really first of all, I have to do a lot of work regarding mindset because I'm scared to death because that will be a huge private school.
Yes.
So I want to I need to work on my mindset saying, okay, this is it. This is good. If it works for one private school, it can work for other schools.
That's right.
But then also I need some insights for you how to prepare for this proposal. What should I keep in mind, pricing and everything else?
Well, this is much more Jocelyn's wheelhouse. So I'm just going to throw this
Okay.
her way because she negotiates with all the big schools and stuff. So
Okay.
what should she look out for?
So, what I would say is to make sure that you're really, really taking care of these people. So, kind of just over deliver for them. So that way, when you go to ask them for this, they're like, of course, we're going to do that because, she's been amazing and this program
Okay.
is amazing. Okay. So, I would say to do that. Maybe even like come up with a couple of printables that they could give to parents. Maybe something like where they could practice at home what they've been learning, that type of thing.
So basically, like on the 1 day a week, make sure they're taking something home so the parents know how
Yeah.
awesome this program is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that way the parents are like, wow, my kid actually learned something. I like this. And, when we go to ask the school, maybe the parents have come to them and said, hey, this is awesome.
And are you pricing this per student, Cream?
So right now, yes, but yes. So we are working on that because it's going to be like after school. And one of the biggest problem is that they say it's a very rigorous private school, but they don't have time to teach foreign language.
Yeah.
So, so I know they may say yes because they need something online that students can access when during the week when they are not at school. So I don't know how to price it, to tell you the truth. When I propose that, should I say for a student, and then how much should I charge?
You should charge. What do you charge right now? Like if they were not like in a school, like what's your normal price?
Like right now,
if I was signing up Isaac and Anna, what would I pay?
so right now the parents pay $27 a month.
Okay, you definitely want to offer a discount, but you don't want to I think we've offered as much as a 50% discount before, depending on the size of the school.
Yeah, I've done a pretty big one, like if it's for a lot of students.
Because if they have 500 kids and you charge $10, that's $5.
Yeah, we're talking about more than 1,000 kids.
Okay.
Oh wow! Like this is, $10 a kid is 10 grand.
Exactly. Yeah. And like that kind of school probably has that kind of budget.
Yeah.
So I would really did you say it's a private school?
It's a private school.
Okay.
Yes.
You need to really, really woo the parents. Okay. So you need to make sure that the parents know what's going on. You might even have a thing where you talk to the kids like, at home or something. Maybe
and the parents are on, right?
Yeah. And so you want the parents to be like, we have got to have this in our school.
Okay.
Yeah. As for
especially
pricing,
in the private school.
Yeah, start at like 30% off. Like don't just tell them an offer. They're going to negotiate. So you have to let them have some kind of victory in that, right?
Okay.
So like if just start like 30% off, like, hey, this is normally 27, but I'll give it to you for 17 or whatever, and then work your way into that as you go.
What I would always say is, I want to work with you. Like you need to make sure that they know that you're willing to work with them. Normally my price is X. I do give a district discount. I would be willing to go to Y. Will that work for your budget? ?
Yeah. And if it doesn't, you start over and you figure out what you can do.
Remember that you can always sell half a gear. Like that would be an option. So you don't necessarily reduce the price. You could reduce the offer.
Yeah. And remember, sometimes eating 20% of a whale is a lot more filling than going out and trying to catch a bunch of bluegill. So don't get any pride involved. Be like, what will you pay me? Oh, you have 1,000 kids and there's $5 a month. Let's go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Or $5 for the year.
Listen, schools are used to doing this. They might come to you and say, look, we have a $7,000 budget for foreign language. Could you work with that? You say yes.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
And remember, if this does work, this is awesome how this is turning out, because let's say it is a $5,000 deal. Let's say it's $5 a student. There's 1,000 students. It's $5,000. You only need 10 of those to make 50 grand next year. Right?
Yes.
So it's a huge opportunity.
I would like to see you, like I said, send this stuff home. Give them something to work on at home, like on your little worksheet. Say, hey, here's a free whatever. Go to my website. And then on there, have a ad for private tutoring. Some of those people would pay for that.
Yeah. Or even like the membership itself. Like, hey, your kid's getting this at school once a week. Like it's almost like free marketing too. Like they're actually paying you to market to all these parents.
I wouldn't print it on a paper that they're going to hand them at school. I wouldn't do that.
Well, she could have her URL or say but additional
there's nothing
support.
wrong with
Click
having
here.
them come to your website. Not a thing.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
So the kids go to the website to get additional resources. The parents see it, and now they might join to get it because maybe they want to go 3 days a week with their kid, but the school's not offering it. So you can get additional sales off the back end. You just got to get in the school. So the price of the school doesn't matter. I mean, you want it to be worth it, but like it gives you so many more opportunities. It's just insane. So don't be afraid to go low on a group sale to open new doors for later. But also, you got to eat. So go get $5,000 to $10,000. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They have the budget,
They do.
especially
They do.
schools.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just start with a high negotiation of about 25 to 30% off, and be willing to go wherever they want you to go, and you'll be fine. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, guys.
You're welcome, Corinne.
Gracias.
Yes, I've been planning my trip to Puerto Vallarta today.
Yay.
Jocelyn finds her way to Mexico a couple times a year. So.
Yes.
Good for you, Jocelyn. Felicitaciones.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Whoops. Almost closed the call.
Oh, wait a minute.
Mute all.
Okay, let me see. Kathy said she jumped in and heard talk of an escort service. Sorry about that.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Let me see.
All right.
We are not starting an escort
No,
service.
it's
just
long
a
story.
disclaimer.
Long story. Watch the replay. Watch the replay.
Let me see.
Check.
All right, John is the next person that I have.
Let me see. John who?
Is John still around? There he is. Yep.
Where?
He's still there. Sorry, Shane's got to scroll through everybody.
Let me find John.
He's got, yep, right there.
I see him.
Oh, and Jennifer's opened up the wine. It's getting serious.
Yeah, no, I see Jennifer over there. Hey, John, how you doing, man? What's going on tonight?
How about yourself? Hey, from Nebraska. Talked to you back in December. Thank you for Wandale Robinson too, by the way.
Oh, don't talk to me about stealing that guy from us. Like he totally played. All right, we're getting into some football here, but that guy was Mr. Kentucky football, and he basically played like he was coming to Kentucky to win Mr. Football. I know he did, and then he just backstabbed us and went back to Nebraska at the very end.
Yeah, we in Nebraska here. We don't care about that. We're just glad he's here. So.
Did he have a good game the other night? I didn't watch Nebraska. Did he?
He did okay. Their offense struggled, but yeah, he was fun to watch. So.
Yeah, he's fast. He's really,
yes,
really
he is.
fast.
Yes. He's really fast.
All right, man. What's going on in your online business?
Yeah, I'm bringing another idea to the conference here. I'm a former pre-algebra and algebra teacher. I don't really want to create a system for algebra or pre-algebra teachers. However, when I'm doing the keyword research, I see a lot of the skills that I like to teach in that are very highly researched. Can I offer that and teach those skills to students instead of making a system for teachers, or how would I organize that?
So what you want to really do is you want to do online classes, maybe you have 30 students log in and you teach a concept to go deeper with them or something like that. Is that what
perhaps. So for example, algebra, solving for X, that was very highly researched or looked for.
Yeah, a lot of volume in that search term, basically.
Yeah, right. And so how can I set that up for, what do you think would be the best way to set that up to just earn some money?
Well, I mean, I think the best way to do it is through online tutoring. There are services that freelance online tutoring too. There's all kinds of things too for math and teaching English that even overseas stuff that you can do. So there's ways to get in that that would be more of a freelance type job right now through existing services. But there's nothing saying you couldn't start your own membership or tutorial service where you go one-to-many and you do weekly training sessions on topics. And parents, this would probably be a homeschool play. I would think you would target the homeschool market, because when people look for homeschool curriculum, a lot of times they don't even understand some of the concepts that they're teaching. So they look for these additional resources to help their kid understand the concept. So you could call it homeschool math tutor or something like that. But you could definitely do it. I would not go straight one-on-one. I would probably make sure it's a class. So you could almost do webinars about topics. And maybe people could sign up for a membership where they get all the webinars, and each month you go back and teach those concepts in a group setting. I would guess that homeschool parents would be most likely to pay for that, but there's a lot of people that would pay for tutoring, for that too. Isaac struggled with division last year, and we've talked a lot about finding a tutor locally, but we've struggled to find a tutor locally. If I could find someone online that was hey, I'm teaching fractions this week, okay, that's cool. Here's my 5th grade curriculum. So you'd probably have to isolate to an age group. This is pre-algebra, or you might have 2 to 3 different classes, and you just teach it like normal and go one to many. I don't know what you would charge for something like that. Does that sound like what you're thinking about?
Yeah, like just basically, if I could charge $35 for a session and then just try to create volume, just try to get.
Yeah, you have like 100 people log in. You make
Right.
$3,500 or something.
Right.
So it'll sort of be like this situation, just like a Q&A, right?
Right. Yes, exactly. Yep.
So basically, it's a kid who needs tutoring, can't get a tutor, so his parents, sign him up for this thing, and you do weekly tutoring on a concept or something.
Right.
Like that.
And I guess it wouldn't even have to be a kid. I mean, it could be, these topics are for college, could be for college students too.
Yeah, and then they may have parents that can pay for it because they're in college.
Yeah. So what I would probably do if I were you is investigate some keywords and try to figure out what people are searching for.
And like those keywords that you already found, you got to isolate that. Like, are teachers looking for this? Like, what are words that a student would use to search for this? Like,
well, and better
compared
get
to a
their
teacher?
parents.
Yeah,
because,
right.
Students probably aren't going to be able to pay for this, but their parents can.
Yeah. So it's just finding out like what group of those people are actually doing this, and then figuring out how to resonate with it. But I think homeschool would probably be better here than looking for regular students, because you just know that like you've got a homeschool junior taking pre-algebra concepts and needs to do well on the ACT.
And the parents have no clue or don't remember it, because
exactly.
it was like a million years ago.
Like, right. I will teach your homeschool student math. Like, that's basically the concept here.
Okay.
But I don't see why it couldn't work. It's just a membership. It's a tutoring membership is what it is. And,
Okay.
it might be, the problem is like catching people with the right concept at the right time. Like if you could isolate the 8 biggest concepts that people struggle with and rotate those twice a week, and you just always do that every week, like that might work better than just I'm taking you through the entire curriculum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't see why it wouldn't work. That's kind of what Kareem does. Kareem does like Spanish lessons, and she does like some one-on-one stuff. So maybe you could jump in with a chat with her and see kind of how she lays that stuff out.
Okay.
Because she does live. I'm pretty sure she does live with students, doesn't she? I think Kareem does live with students. So check that out. But yeah, there's tutoring online is gold for this.
And another thing that you can do, of course, is look and see what people are doing already. If you find a lot of websites for, say, college students who need tutoring, that's probably a good indication that people are searching for that.
Or that they're paying for it. And especially if you see ads, like take all those search terms, go type them into Google, okay, and see what ads pop up. That's the clue. That's clues. If you see ads, there's money, right?
Okay.
So go type in like that X. I don't know anything about math. Whatever you just said with an X in it. You know what I'm saying?
Just solving for the variable, solving for X.
All right. Solving for X tutor. Like search for that.
Okay.
And if anything shows up. But I know there has to be people paying for this.
Yeah. Kareem says she tutors public and private school students. So we actually have several members who have math websites. We have Kathy Martin. We have Jeanette Stein. What's the guy's name?
Jeff Twitty.
Yeah. So, we have like multiple people. So it may even be worth reaching out to them and
seeing what questions they're getting, like for tutoring.
Yeah. Or like maybe they would be interested in some kind of collaboration. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be beneficial for them to have somebody who tutors on their site. I don't know.
Yeah. It's definitely different. But I mean, it's not a stretch to think of what we're doing here on this Zoom call.
Right. Exactly.
Except you've got 30 students ready to go. And, if you got 30 students showing up every week and it might not even be like focus on those, that might be the lead magnet, but you just do Q&A like, hey, Jimmy, what are you struggling with today? Oh, yeah, find the variable for X. Let me show you that real quick.
Yep.
Good to go. Okay.
Alrighty.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome.
Hold on a second. Our daughter just walked through with 17 bags of Doritos.
Yeah, and that's not happening.
Anna Joe.
The struggle is real.
You're not eating 4 bags of Doritos. Okay, that's acceptable.
Well, we're going to bed in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
We had to take a little parenting break.
We're in the living room upstairs, and we have 2 dogs and 2 kids.
And I'm trying to keep my kids from eating like 10 pounds of carbs right before bed.
All right. Next question.
Okay. Let me see. All right. So I think that's the end of everyone's first questions.
Okay.
If there's somebody I missed, if you could just post it again.
Let us know.
because I'm flying solo tonight. Sometimes my assistant is here and she helps me keep everything straight, but tonight she's working. So,
All right. So who are we going to next? Do we have any other questions?
did anybody have a follow up? I know that there were a few.
The chat room is humming pretty fast, so
Yeah,
we
if
might
you
have
have
missed some
one
of
and
that.
you want to ask
Let's
it,
just skim through
post
here
it.
and see if we missed any. Let's see. If you got any, let's just skim through here for any follow-ups. If you got any, just put them in the chat. And if we see any of those, if we don't, we'll go ahead and wrap this call up. Let's see.
And keep our kids from eating a bunch of complete junk.
Okay. Some good comments here. Let's see. Brad says I'm super blown away. He's got the 5 trials, but I think that's all the questions tonight.
Okay, well, we got Jennifer one more. I
All
did see several things from Jennifer. I just wanted to make sure I got everybody's first question in.
What was
before we went to
Jennifer's second question? Go ahead and read it. We'll just go read them on the follow-ups. Okay.
Well, I'm not sure what it was. Let me see.
Okay. She said basically, how did you do the what not? How do you do the what not how with yoga? Okay. So basically, what Jennifer's asking is, especially for like webinars, is we always teach people when you do a webinar, you're not teaching people how to do anything. You're teaching them what to do, and then you sell them how to do it. Like that's where your big program is. Like we might tell you, hey, in our webinar, you've got to have an idea. You've got to have an avatar, and you've got to have an offer. If you got those 3 things, you've got a business. Then we can promote it. Like that's the concept of our webinar. But if you want to know how to vet your idea to make sure it makes money online, and you want to learn how to create a customer profile, and you want to put an actual product together step by step, and us show you how to do that, you have to join the membership. Here's an offer for that.
In your case, what you're going to do is you're going to tell them how your type of yoga that you like to teach, how it solves their problem. You're not going to show them how to do it. You're just going to convince them of why your solution is the answer to their problem.
So in a lot of ways, there's a way to do this. It's called throwing stones. Like you might say, okay, let's teach you first what HIIT yoga is. It's high intensity, but don't define what that means. Don't show them what it means. It's just high intensity yoga. Normal yoga has the problems.
Your grandma's yoga.
Yeah, this isn't your grandma's yoga, and it's got like a different problem. So old yoga does this. High intensity yoga does this. That's what it is. Like you can burn old yoga burns 500 calories. High intensity yoga burns 1,000 or whatever. So like you might be able to say those things, but it doesn't really tell how to do it, right? And then old yoga is slow and boring. My yoga is fun and fast, right? So you're talking about what it is, like you're describing it, but you're never saying like, well, we do this move, and I don't show you a video to show you what it looks like, and I don't do anything like that. Like now, this sounds more interesting than the yoga you're used to. Let me sell you how to do it. So like that's basically what you do.
And that might even be an opportunity for the people who are still interested. Okay, well, do you want to try a free class? If you would like to try a free class, here's your next step,
right.
Like you could even do it in steps like that.
Yeah. So whenever you're saying what, not how, it's like, think about changing a tire. If I tell somebody about changing a tire and I want to do what, not how, I'm going to say, well, you've got to go get a jack and you got to get your car up, and then you got to take the tire off and you got to put the new tire on. I didn't tell you how to use a single tool. I didn't tell you how to actually do that. I just told you what you need to do, right? So that's what a webinar should do. It should tell you what to do, and then you sell people the step-by-step. Like you take the jack, you put it up, you get it up on the frame of the car. And I know this because I just changed the tire on my trailer of my jet ski last night because I somehow got a flat tire.
It's been a crazy week.
Week around here. But what, not how. What, not how. Just think what. And if you look at something and you're like, well, wait a minute, they could take this webinar and go do this. That's wrong. You've totally done. You created a course. You didn't create a webinar.
If you solve their problem in the webinar, there's no reason for them to give you money to solve their problem.
Right. Exactly. So you're trying to convince them that you have the solution, and you're going to tell them what the solution is. Like, hey, you want to change your tire? Well, you need a jack and a tire iron. How do you use those things? What do you do first? Like, did you know that you really need to loosen the bolts before you lift up the tire? Because if you don't, the tire will just spin and you can't get them off. I figured that out yesterday. So like that's the how. Like, right? I don't want to tell you the how. I'm just telling you what to do. And but if you're teaching too much how, you'll know because it becomes a course, right? We have an email marketing webinar that we used to do. It was telling them what the subjects of the 7 emails that they need in their autoresponder was, but we kept the template inside the community. So if you want to write those emails,
they were already written for you.
So how to write those emails is in the community. This is what they should do, but now you're going to have to go write them yourself. I didn't solve your problem yet.
So at the end of the webinar, they should be ready for the next step.
Right. Exactly. Right. If you've given them all the steps, over teaching
Usually it's
will not.
purchasing.
Yeah. If you have a webinar that doesn't convert, it's because you're teaching. You are teaching them how to do it, and they are satisfied. It's like giving people too much food at the beginning of the meal. If you eat all the bread and peanuts, you're not going to be able to finish your baked potato. Right. So don't do that. Okay.
That was a very
That's a good one.
country.
That was a country Texas Roadhouse type analogy. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Hope you had a great time on tonight's member call for September. We do not have another member call scheduled until the very, 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 very end of the month because Flip Your Life Live is in like 18 days. Okay. So 18 days from now, we are going to be going live in Lexington, Kentucky. If you're watching this on replay on the 2nd, you have today. This is it. There's like single digit tickets left, and we are closing the cart tomorrow. We have to, even if we don't sell out, because we have to get all the orders
We're
in.
eating lots of food.
Lots of food, lots of fun. It's going to be all new content. Jocelyn has already worked out 2 of her presentations. I'm a little behind. I'm getting all mine done and start working on slides tomorrow. But it's going to be absolutely amazing. We are not doing the event in 2020. Okay, so if you can put in fliplifestyle.com/live as well when you put in the hotel information. But go to fliplifestyle.com/live, grab your ticket. We only have a few left, and we will not be doing this event next year, and we will not be selling any more tickets after tomorrow. So today is the last
We're
night.
having breakfast. We're having lunch. We got gluten-free. We got vegetarian. I don't know what all
We got keto, whatever you want. I don't know. There's a lot of fried stuff too. So we got a lot of food. Whatever you want, you're going to be able to get it. And it's going to be an amazing event. A lot of great people in the room. A lot of great, smart people that have a lot of answers. We're going to have different people running some tables during the working sessions to help people with accounting, to help people with sales, and to help people with all kinds of promotions, stuff like that. So it's going to be an awesome, awesome event. We really want everybody in the community there, and we are shutting down the cart tomorrow. Okay, so check that out, fliplifestyle.com/live. We hope to see you there. And if not, we will see you in the forums or on the next member call. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. Have a great day. Get out there. Be prolific this week. Take action. Flip your life.
Bye.
See ya.
Have a good night.